On my show today, a She Slays special. Well, she is very special too. And she has been slaying it all along for quite a few years in Bollywood. I am talking about an actress par excellence, Rajshri Despande. Come to think of the work she's done in the industry, whether it is Angry Indian Goddesses, to Sacred Games, to most recently Fame Game, Rajshri has cemented her place in the industry as one of the finer actresses we have in today's day and age. Rajshri on the show with me today. So nice to have you, Rajshri.
Thank you so much for calling me, Annie. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you.
Rajshri, like you know, we also have the She Slays Awards. We've got a few categories, 8 to 9 categories, where we have, acknowledged and appreciated women who've tried to bring about a huge change, especially in areas that have been such a taboo. Let's begin with your journey. Your journey has been very difficult. You haven't had a godfather in an industry which is considered very risky and not necessarily safe, especially for women to enter the industry when you don't know anybody in the industry. So how has it been for you? Because it's close to more than a decade and a half now?
No, not more than a decade actually. But yeah, honestly, around 7 years.
Right.
In the industry, properly started working in the in front of the camera. Before that, of course, theater was there, and before that, advertising was there. Before that, law was there. So yeah, I've reconstructed my life to find a path for myself, which I'm still walking and which I'm still exploring, because I believe that one needs to keep learning and evolving. So to find new ways. Why not? So that's how, and of course, my journey was not easy, but I feel that I think every human being's journey is not easy, and especially when it comes to women, then a little more difficulty in that, because we are born with so many other things which we have to deal with. So yeah, it was quite a hustling and a volatile way. So I had to find a way from all of that to find something which I really love to do. So acting happened with that.
That is so cool. But when did you find the confidence that despite the volatility and despite the fact that you may not have enough people to fall back on, but you were being recognized for your good work? So I'm sure along the way your self-esteem and confidence started building. Were there people involved, or were there projects that came your way that gave you that kind of confidence?
See, Annie, initially when I moved from advertising to acting, it was a decision. One fine day I decided that I'm not happy what I'm doing, and my joy was theater, my joy was performing, dancing, my joy was mimicking, so I just suddenly took that decision, and I decided to get into a very unpredictable space. Of course, everyone was thinking that, why are you doing this? You are settled, and you have taken this decision to get into a world which is for a lot of people think that, and especially who's not from film industry, they do have a little this thing. They want to acknowledge the actors, acknowledge the people behind, in front of in their television set. But they think that, oh, no, this is not the world for you. This is a curricular activities. And you have to make them understand that it's not a curricular activities. It is a profession. It is something which people can do it and earn money. So I had to kind of come out of my tier 3 city world and make them understand, especially my parents, that whatever move I have taken, I thought about it, and one needs to think about it honestly, because if you want to really get into this, then you have to study. You have to, you cannot just go there and say that, oh, okay, I want to just be there, and then go through the
Right.
hustle. I think one needs to prepare ourselves. So, though I was a little late, not in my teens, not in my 20s, but in my 30s, I came to the film industry. Maybe that teens and my education and my working in the industry, working in the on field has taught me a lot. In my teens, also, if I wanted to come here, I thought, and in fact, all my family also feels that education is important. So they said, oh, you're going here, but do you know anything about it? Because you're not in touch with the thing. I said, I will learn on my way. So you just support me, and I will make sure that whatever decision I'll take, I will take sensibly. So fortunately, it was difficult for me to make them understand, but the kind of choices I started making, and I'm making them understand the choices, making them understand the world, because the creativity world is something, I feel it needs to be explained to other person. Like I had to
Yes.
explain my who is maybe not aware of the world of Ismat Chuktai or aware of the world of literature. There is a lot of literature
Correct.
which is not gone to the tier 2 or tier 3 city, which is there, but maybe a lot of people are not aware of it. So I made them understand about things, and then they started understanding, okay, it's so good, oh, this happens, oh, that happens. So they also started walking along with me, exploring the whole world with me, exploring the literature and film world with me.
Rajshri, what would you like to say to the women who want to enter Bollywood, for instance? Everybody is in awe of the glamour and the fame that this industry offers. But I think we also need to consider a lot many other factors before stepping into the industry. And if there are failures, they're not to be taken as failures, but stepping stones. So what is one thing you'd like to generally speak to all the women out there?
I think I must have answered this before only, that if you want to get into the Indian film industry, because Bollywood is just with Hindi, but n number of things are there. So in the film industry, then one needs to work on their craft. One needs to keep exploring. One needs to make their own family understand what they are doing, and take them into consideration. Like basically, let the exploration happens along with your people, so they understand your journey, your hustle. Because if you have a support from your loved ones, then the journey becomes a little easier, because journey is actually very, very difficult. You will have to go through lots of obstacles, lots of ups and downs, lots of competition, lots of any number of things, along with the joy, because films are joy. Creative world is a very beautiful place, but one needs to consider that you will have to go through all these thorns and pass on. So stay strong, keep learning, keep your loved ones close to you, and explore the whole world. And yeah.
So sweet.
That's it.
On 94.3 Radio 1, in association with HealthShots, we have come up with the She Slays Awards. We have about 8 to 9 categories. Each one has done something extraordinary in a space which we haven't been very comfortable with, especially in our country, in India. And women have taken the initiative to communicate to people about menstrual hygiene, for instance, body positivity. And those are categories we have of, awards. Trendsetter, trailblazer, change maker through cinema. There are so many of these categories. They keep inspiring every other woman and man, for that matter. It's not just the women, but even the men are getting inspired with how brave these women have been to try to put it out there, things that are supposed to be very normal and natural, even when it comes to conversations, but we are not having these conversations. And then, of course, when it comes to overall health, also physical as well as mental health. What do you have to say to these women?
First of all, it's so amazing to have all these categories, because imagine, look at the name. They're so good. Trailblazer, change maker, innovative, green warrior. I want all of them in my life. That's the first thing I want to do. Yeah, and like I as you just mentioned, I was just going through their work. It's so amazing. Oh my God, I'm so proud of all of them. I'm so proud, and I feel so honored that to know that such people are exploring and trying to do something for our society, trying to create something which they believe, and inspiring so many people. In the maybe the previous generation may not realize that it's harming their mental health.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that such subjects are coming out and people are talking about it, and making them understand that don't do this. How are you going to talk to a person like, how are you going to respect each other? What kind of a conversation should happen in a house, even with their own people? Like, how a brother and a sister should talk to each other, if it's there, how a husband and wife should see each other, with even with the body positivity. And along with that, you were just telling me about the menstrual hygiene. It's so important, because a lot of times there are a little bit of intricacies we don't know about it. How do we keep the intimate area hygiene? How do we take care of ourselves with the menstrual cycle? So it's very, very important. And like you were just telling about the green warrior, or the change maker through cinema. It's important what we are making, how we are showing the world that how sensitive the characters are, how we are portraying people in front of all of us, how LGBTQIA people are portrayed, and how sensitively the subjects have been handled. Everything is so important, and the change will only happen, Annie, when all these people come together. So thank you so much for doing this. And I want everyone in my life. We're going to make sure that I get to talk to everyone.
Absolutely. Inspiring words and words of motivation coming from Rajshri Despande for all our winners of the She Slays Awards. Rajshri, Nabarangan Foundation, you realize that back in rural areas, and in many rural areas, because I think our rural population is much larger than our urban population, and there are still so many, flaws we have, and so many different weaknesses we have that we've got to plug. And unless people from the metropolitan cities, or who have seen the difference between rural and metropolitan cities, do not carry it back to them, we will not see any improvement or growth or evolution happen for them either. You've done that through Nabarangan Foundation. So tell us more about, how many years since you started this? I remember the first time we spoke about it was right when you had started it in the first year. This was quite a few years ago, at least 4 years ago. So tell us how it has grown in 4 years.
Yeah. See, I've been working for villages from past 8 years now. But of course, my first work was on water, and then later on I thought that, oh, this is it, I've done it. And then I realized, oh no, actually I cannot just say that I have changed the whole thing. And then later on I kept on working and working and working and working, because then I realized that till the time I'm not consistent, the change won't happen. I cannot just touch upon things and I said that, okay, I have done it. No, I was completely wrong. I had to find, that what exactly is going on in the villages. I had to research the whole thing. I had to plan my way that how I'm going to work ahead. So, the whole planning has gone through. There is a whole pie chart had made that this is how I will go, step by step. And, I'll get all of them together, empower them in such a way that one village at least gets empowered completely. And then the village will take care of on their own, because I don't want them to be dependent on me all the time. I want them to kind of understand the whole system, of how to even work with the government, how to even deal with the villagers, how to even deal if there is anything happens. So that's how my first village I worked on: water, sanitation, healthcare, women community center, and the school. So that was my first model. And it was a very difficult journey because I was also learning, I was also making mistakes, I was also exploring, I was also trying to understand that, am I doing sustainable, or am I just touching upon something? So that's how first village happened, and then later on, like, it's called Pandri village. Then later on, Pandri village people became my pillar of strength, and they started helping me with other villages as well. So in pandemic, we worked with 30 more villages like that.
Wow.
And now now I have 30 more villages with me, where all the youngsters from the same village is part of Nabarangan. And we identify the issues on ground. Like some villages have water but don't have a proper school. Then we see that, is government working on it? How much time it's going to take? And in case if it's going to take a lot of time, if they are not able to facilitate that, then we make sure that, okay, Nabarangan will step in. So that's the journey of Nabarangan.
On the show with me today, Rajshri Despande, a fine actress, and she has given us beautiful words for the awardees of She Slays Awards, brought to you by 94.3 DD1 and HealthShots. Rajshri, are you ready for this?
No, but yes. Let's do it.
Okay, if you could buy any type of food right now, what would you buy?
I don't want to buy any food. I just want to gulp the puran poli, which my aunt has just made. So yeah, that's what I want to just
so
do it
cool.
right.
If you could be any animal, what would it be and why?
That's a confusing, because I want to be every animal. And honestly, with my characters, I look at animals as a character. Like, sometimes I'm a cat, sometimes I'm a particular dog, or I'm a lion, or I am a peacock. So I identify myself with different animals and different characters. But yeah, I think every animal have something. I love animals, and
You've got a mixed animal spirit. So cool. Okay, who's your favorite superhero and why?
Oh God, I just don't have one answer for everything. I'm so bad at this. But honestly, no. I think every common man, common woman who's dealing with life and hustling in their life and finding way, and in all of that being happy, is my superhero. So in the R.K. Lakshman says, common man. So yeah.
Wow, very nice, very very nice. If a movie was to be made of your life, what genre would it be, and would you play you?
I really don't know, and I don't know what genre it will be, because my life is a lot of times comedy, horror, a lot of times emotional. Yeah, it will be mixed of everything. And seeing the whole Hindi film industry, I think they will cast some superstar. They will say that no, you're not a star category. So maybe no, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. There should be a movie on me, because I believe that there are so many stories are yet to be discovered. There are so many inspiring stories are there, and their stories needs to be made. Mine should be last one.
Oh, you're being very modest,
Yeah.
but you have come a long way, a really long way. I must say that about you. Okay, if you could be any flavor of ice cream, what ice cream would you be?
The seasonal one, of course, a mango. So yeah,
The sweetness
I
of
would love
mango,
to
which
be
you
a-
definitely have. Okay, if you were to go anywhere in the world right now, which place would you take off on your bucket list?
Right now, I wanted to go to Venice. I just wanted to go to Venice. Uh, but yeah, somewhere in the mountains. I love mountains, so yeah.
Nice. So there's Venice
Mountains.
and there's mountains also. Very good. Are you a morning or a
Yeah.
night person?
I'm a morning person.
Okay. What is one thing that annoys you the most?
Negativity.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like positive things.
Nice. What is the strangest thing you've eaten?
Once I was in Bastar, in Chhattisgarh, they had given me a Chapada Chutney, which was like ant ki chutney. So yeah, I was like, okay, I don't know what it is, but yeah, so that was it. I
What?
think,
Oh my
yeah.
God, it's really strange.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's very famous and over there in the Bastar area. Bastar area is in Chhattisgarh, Raipur, and so they have all these festivals over there where they make saka, like a local liquor, and they have these all the tribal women. They come and they sell all these tribal stuff. So they had made something like this, which they usually make in the house, because maybe a lot of times in these rural belt, the vegetables are not there.
Correct.
So they don't have any choice, and they go through. They make all these things. So yeah, they made this chutney.
Oh my God, you're saying this
Which I
was an
felt very-
ant chutney, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's called chapada
Amazing.
chutney, something like that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What is your favorite movie? If I have to ask you about your favorite movie.
Is it the Indian one or the?
Give me one of
any
each,
other?
one international, one Indian.
Recently, I watched a film called A Hero by Abbas Kiarostami, and each and every frame is just I can't forget. It's a beautiful film. It's a very heart-wrenching film. That's Iranian film, and if I call it a Hindi film, then I love Garam Hawa. That's another favorite film of mine, and I keep watching that whenever I I don't know if I'm in any situation. Also, I love Garam Hawa. I love Iranian films. I love Mohsin Makhmalbaf's films. It's called Kandahar or The President. So yeah, a couple of them.
So cool. Okay, what is it that you're looking forward to in 2022, Rajshri?
Oh, 2022 is amazing. We will be finishing one school in a tribal village. So I'm looking forward to that because the kids are lovely and they're really excited to see the new school. Then there is a water work which is happening in one of the village. That planning will start now. And lots of trees is going to plant during monsoon, because that's the time the trees should be planted. And a lot of work, community work will happen in this year. So that's my real life. In my real life, I'm going to start an amazing show. I won't be able to tell you what, but it's a very beautiful and a very sensitive character which I'm going to portray next. So I'm preparing for that. And I had shot for another series last year, which is a very, very important topic. And I'm very honored to portray her on screen. Again, I won't be able to tell you who, but once you see it, you will love it. You will say that, oh my God, this story is so important. And thank God somebody is telling this. So I'm very honored and glad to be part of this, and I really thank all the makers. So that is something going to come in this year. And like 2-3 I've done independent films which hopefully will travel in the festival circuit.
Nice.
So that's how life
very
is.
nice. So cool. You're packed with work. Can we expect a Fame Game
Yeah.
season 2 by any chance? Will the ACP also return? Is there anything happening on those lines? Oh my God. You cannot reveal.
Shobha.
What about these embargoes? What are these embargoes?
Shobha and Anamika. Let's see what happens.
So cool, but we've loved you
I
in
really don't
Fame
know.
Game. We've loved you in everything. Ishma Chugtai to, of course, Sacred Games and Angry Indian Goddesses and so many other films and roles and series you've done. But great work.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Anna. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. And thank you.
Thank you so much for being in the industry, for inspiring other women, and for doing the good work that you're doing in villages. 30 villages, that's a big number. Thank you once again, and all the best.